My sister-in-law asked me to lie so her affair wouldn't destroy her marriage, and within days that lie nearly destroyed mine instead. It started the afternoon she showed up at my house unannounced while my wife was at work. I remember thinking it was strange because she usually called first. But when I opened the door, I could tell something was wrong immediately. Her eyes were red, her hands were shaking, and she kept glancing behind her like she was afraid someone had followed her. She asked if we could talk privately, and before I could even answer, she stepped inside and sat on the couch, staring at the floor. For a long moment, she didn't say anything, just took shallow breaths like she was trying not to panic. Then she finally looked up at me and said she was pregnant. The words hit hard, but before I could react, she quickly added that the baby wasn't her husband's. My stomach dropped. She rushed through the explanation, saying it was a short affair with a coworker during a rough patch in her marriage, that it was already over, that it didn't mean anything, and that she hated herself for letting it happen. I asked why she was telling me instead of my wife, and that's when her real reason came out. Her husband had been suspicious for weeks, questioning dates, making comments about DNA tests, and she was terrified everything was about to come out. She leaned forward, lowered her voice, and said she needed my help. When I asked what she meant, she said she wanted me to lie if questions came up, to imply the baby could be mine, just long enough to confuse things and stop her husband from digging deeper. She said no one would actually believe it, but the doubt alone would be enough to protect her marriage. I told her she was out of her mind. She started crying and said, family protects family, that if her marriage collapsed, it would hurt my wife too, that holidays would be ruined, parents would choose sides, and everything would fall apart because I refused to help. When I still said no, her tone changed. She said I didn't understand what it was like to have everything on the line, and that I was being selfish for refusing to carry a small lie for the greater good. That night, I told my wife everything. She went quiet in a way that scared me more than yelling ever could, and asked me a question I wasn't prepared for. Had her sister already told me the story she told everyone else? Apparently earlier that day, her sister had called her crying and claimed I'd said inappropriate things and made her uncomfortable. In that moment, I realized the lie had already started, and I was already being positioned as the problem. The next few days were chaos. My wife confronted her sister, who admitted she lied but insisted she had panicked and didn't know what else to do. Their parents got involved and shifted the focus away from the affair and onto keeping the peace. I was asked why I couldn't just let it go, why I needed to make things worse, why I couldn't take one for the team. Meanwhile, her husband grew more suspicious, and eventually the truth came out anyway. Not from me, but from the coworker's spouse, who contacted him with proof. The fallout was brutal. Divorce papers, screaming phone calls, family members blocking each other. My sister-in-law blamed me for everything, saying if I'd just played along, none of this would have happened. What hurt the most was watching my wife struggle to trust anyone after that, including me, even though I'd told the truth from the start. We're still together, but something cracked that day that hasn't fully healed. The baby will be born soon, the marriage is over, and the family is permanently divided. I didn't lie, I didn't cheat, and I didn't agree to anything, but somehow I'm still the villain in their version of the story. And I've learned that sometimes, refusing to lie doesn't save you from losing things you never thought were at risk.